The World Tea Expo drew a worldwide community of tea professionals to Las Vegas this week for 2 days of memorable conference presentations, tastings, and awards. The show featured several networking opportunities, from informal meetups to several Meet the Speaker chats at the tea bar. Winners of the new competition, known as the 2024 Beverage Challenge, attracted entries from around the world, including brands from relatively unknown regions: Guatemala, New Zealand, and Myanmar, as well as Vietnam, Sri Lanka, China, Japan, India, Kenya, and Nepal. Quote, "The Beverage Challenge celebrates diversity, innovation in flavor, and the artistry of tea," end quote, said Tim McLucas, Vice President of Barn Restaurant Group. Quote, "I commend each of these participants for showcasing such quality products in this spirited competition. Congratulations to the winners of these prestigious titles," end quote. The grand champion was Sera Devi Tea Estate, which was also named Best Liquor for its white silver wings tea. Brook 37 TNTA won the Best Leaf Award and Best Oolong for its Moonlight Stroll Oolong. Fishhook won the Best Green Tea. Panelkunda Tea Factory won for the Best Black Tea, and Wuhan Organic took the top prize for Pu'er. This new competition allows brands to highlight their finest teas globally and gain recognition from industry experts. The panel of judges sampled and scored the teas live on the World Tea Expo stage based on leaf style, make, cup character, liquor appearance, and overall finish. Visit the Tea Biz blog for more in-depth coverage of World Tea Expo. The Ukrainian publication Sokola Info, a news publication covering Western Ukraine, posted an insightful review of the country's war-torn market this week. Surprisingly, Russian-based tea ventures and their Ukraine-based factories have emerged as private label manufacturers and continue to supply a large quantity of tea. The country's official policy is that business executives and companies at war are enemies with no place in Ukraine. Since the invasion, the National Security and Defense Council has imposed sanctions on many Russian companies and individuals. Ukrainian companies under Russian control were confiscated and shares were transferred to state ownership. In 2022, before Russian troops invaded, about 40% of the tea market was Russian brands, with Russian Orimi Ukraine at 29% market share and Russian-owned May Ukraine at 15% share. These two companies distributed many popular brands, including Tess, Princess Nuri, Maisky, Curtis, and Greenfield. At the time, there were 100 teas on the typical supermarket shelf, including many popular European brands. The brand names have since changed, but the Ukrainian factories that produce Maisky and Curtis continue operating. May is now known as Tropolsko Solins, the tea family, with new brands Savoya Linea and Reasonable Choice. The factory continues to blend and pack private label brands. According to Sokola Info, Tunofi Sonols retains about an 8% market share. Quote, "Orimi products have not been sold on the shelves of national retail chains since the spring of 2022, end quote, writes Sokola Info, which shared the work of journalists at the newspaper Ekonomishkaya Pravda. Court seized UAH $52 million from Orimi, Ukraine, which was given to the armed forces. The company was later fined UAH $80 million for concealing information about its ownership, but the office's factory and production capacity remain as they were before, reports EP. In 2023, Ukrainians purchased $25 million, that's about 7.8 billion UAH worth of tea, down from the amount spent before the war. The formerly Russian-owned ventures lost share but never left and have since rebuilt their share to about 15% of their 40% presence in fast-moving consumer goods. Reporters investigating Ukraine's gray trade in goods and contraband report finding packages of branded teas packaged as recently as December, including Greenfield and Princess Nori, in several lesser-known markets. Although sales of Orimi, now known as TS Trade, and May, now known as Tripoli Solonts, are well below their peak, each of the two companies is approaching a double-digit recovery, with TS Trade now beginning shipments nationwide. The climate neutral group, CNC in the Netherlands, has certified Sri Lanka's Bogawanthalawa tea estate as climate neutral, a sustainability designation held by few and the first to be awarded in tea. CNC was created to advance the work of the Paris Agreement by aiding clients in reducing and offsetting greenhouse gas emissions. Bogawanthalawa has earned an impressive list of certifications and is the first tea-growing venture in the world to meet the climate-positive standard. The tea estate is certified by Rainforest Alliance and Fair Trade. It is carbon neutral and operates at 100% renewable energy. In 2023, the tea estate's tea-making process significantly reduced emissions to a footprint lower than baseline, earning emissions credits from its hydropower plant. Bogawanthalawa's net zero energy certification highlights its achievement in balancing energy consumption with renewable energy production, significantly reducing its carbon footprint. The company's comprehensive approach to sustainability serves as a model for other organizations. Almas Markar, director and CEO of Bogawanthalawa Tea Ceylon, said, quote, "Our international reputation and accolades are not only significant achievements in managing our carbon footprint, but also add to our competitive advantage in the global market. Combining the expertise of our tea masters and their specialized knowledge, along with product innovation, supply chain resilience, and a dynamic team, we are fully aligned to shape the industry's future."
Produced by Audavita Studios. Connect your voice to the world.